coaches are in. When you need a timely, transparent friend, tune into the coaches are in. Talking career, business, health, and wealth. You've got a friend. Tune into the coaches are in. With authenticity, come on, let's take a seat and tune in.
Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody
Hello.
doing?
Hey.
Okay, let me
Happy
just tell
Monday.
you that I hear y'all, but my window literally just disappeared. So I cannot see you at all.
I guess that's the price we pay for me being able to hear.
Somebody had to be collateral damage for Allison being able to be
something
here.
I don't even know. I'm like clicking move all windows to the front and ain't no windows showing nowhere.
Well, we're here. We promise.
There we go. I got you back now. I'll tell you.
She's back. Okay, so you can see us.
I can see you now because I would have had, without the window, I had no controls.
Oh, wow.
We would have just run amok.
Well, we are here.
All right. So, yeah, this is the show where
Welcome.
Black women come to elevate, not just in career, but in life. And today we're getting a little personal with answering some of our viewer questions. These are some of the questions that, may not make it into general conversation. These might be the questions you're asking yourself at night when you're laying in the bed, or, maybe if you're having a deep kind of, raw conversation with one of your friends. So what we know is that if one person is asking the question, there's a whole lot of other people who have the same question or a similar question. So, we're going to be acting like we're on the couch this evening, and we're going to talk and share from expertise as well, and hopefully we can help our viewers get some clarity and some direction. But again, we are not therapists.
Right. Absolutely. Tell the truth.
You have not paid us money for advice. So this is for education and entertainment purposes only.
That part.
Yeah. We're going to do our best.
Right. All right. So let's quickly introduce ourselves for those who are tuning in for the first time. I am Dr. Sharita, the creator of The Coaches Are In. I am an operations strategist and alignment coach, and I work with primarily Black women, but also career professionals, helping them to launch, grow, and scale profitable and aligned businesses.
All right. And I am Allison Garrett. I am your behavioral interventionist, and I work with women who struggle with identifying that one thing that has them stuck without years of therapy.
And I'm Malika Turner, and I'm your confidence coach, and I help you to build confidence in multiple areas like training and coaching, and also through apparel, and have now become a certified AI consultant. And so I also use AI to provide you with ways and tools to get strategies and clarity is what I meant to say, clarity in your transition. So,
yay.
Awesome. So we're going to jump right into the viewer questions. We've got three questions that we're going to answer this evening, and you can always send us your questions. And when we're doing this type of episode, your question might be included in that episode. All right.
Yep.
All right.
So let's just jump right in. So here's the question. I have a good job. I make good money. I'm respected, but I'm not happy. I feel unfulfilled and low-key resentful but
Mm,
I'm scared to walk away from the security.
mm,
So how do I know if I'm being ungrateful or if I've outgrown this season?
mm.
I'm
You know what? I like this question because I think the end part, right, is what stands out to me. And
mm,
I feel like for myself, the grateful part and and having gratitude is sometimes taught to us in a way that allows us to settle.
Mm,
So
mm,
I'm gonna take part B of that question. So I think
mhm,
when you if you're thinking that, then you probably are settling, right? And you've probably been taught somewhere along the line to be grateful for what you have, and it almost stifles you to not want more. And I say
mhm.
that because that was my experience. It was like you go as a kid, right? You go to your parents or you go to your mom and you like, I want this. You don't need that. You should be grateful that you have this. You should be grateful that you have that. So you become very limited, and almost a scarcity mindset because you think everything you have you should be grateful for. Now that's not
Mhm,
saying that you don't express gratitude, but
mhm.
not at the cost of being unhappy. So
Yep.
yes,
mm,
you can be grateful for what you have and grateful for where you are, but you're not ungrateful for wanting more. So I'll handle the part B because it just stood out to me because I used to feel like that, like, well, why do I just have to be grateful because I'm eating, right? Because I have food in my stomach and a roof over my head. Like, what if I want more? So yeah,
Right.
mhm,
that's what I would say. Like, if you're feeling that, that's where the resentment comes in. The resentment is
Mhm.
likely towards the lessons that you've been taught and kind of feeling like you're battling with from what you want with what others said you should be grateful for.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. And so I kind of resonate with I've outgrown this season. So
Hmm.
I think it is not both as in, yes, you're ungrateful and you've outgrown the season,
Right.
but like she's probably feeling some guilt about not being grateful
Mhm,
or no longer being grateful for where
Right.
she is. But I think the fact that um like she's checked the boxes. So she's got the good job, she makes good money, she's respected.
Hmm.
But
However,
right.
right, she's not happy and she's unfulfilled and she's low key resentful, which I think speaks volumes about, yeah, you have outgrown this season, like especially the fulfillment part, right? Like, yeah,
Mhm,
you want something different, something more, something new. And that's okay. And you have probably been there for a while, which is why those feelings are now like so strong and so evident, but you had probably already outgrown the season.
hmm,
And because you didn't make a shift then, now you're dealing with all of these negative feelings because you can
hmm,
only press that stuff down for so long
right.
be-
yeah.
before it starts to just bubble over. And now
Hmm.
it's bubbling over. So, what that calls for you to do is to identify what is it that you want and where is it that you want to be and what do you want to be doing? What does that look like? What does it
Hmm.
require of you? Is there any preparation you need to do for whatever
Hmm.
this next chapter holds for you? But more than likely, staying in the same situation you're in is just going to make these feelings stronger than what they
Hmm.
already
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I think a lot of times we say statements like "I have a good job, I make good money," as it's sort of like your badge statement, your default,
Hmm.
right? So to convince yourself, like I have a good job, and I wrote, and I just took some notes. I said to myself, according to who?
are.
Hmm.
I make good money according to who?
Right.
Right? So, but I still feel unfilled. Well, that means something's missing.
Hmm.
So,
Mhm.
to me, it's like I have this good job what does a good job mean? It means
Mhm.
I got a degree and I, applied for the job and got the job and I'm secure and stable and I get a paycheck every 2 weeks and
Mhm.
I have benefits and I've got my life insurance. And that
Mhm.
really looks like a good situation. But I do believe and have been there and had the good experience, right? But I still feel like there are those times in your life where that is safe and that is good and that is needed if that's what you need. But when
Mhm.
you start feeling that thing on the inside of you that's saying this is not enough, it's like it's time
Mhm.
to do something. And I
Mhm.
think that a lot of times when we have that fear, I mean, what does the body do psychologically? What do we experience when something new comes up? Like, I
Mhm.
want to do this, but this is going to require something that I'm not comfortable doing,
Mhm.
right? Now we're afraid.
Right.
Yeah.
What if I do this? What if I so I just I don't know. It's like, how do I know if I'm being ungrateful or if I've outgrown the season? And listen, we are grateful for the season and what it brought.
Mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You are grateful, but it's okay to be in a place where it is time for me to do something different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you think of,
Yeah.
when you think of it in terms of seasons, there was a season where all you wanted was a job and a car or an
Mhm.
apartment or,
Right.
like new levels require, so it's like it's kind of run its course. You're not excited
Yeah.
about anymore. That's where, you feel like you need to do something different. So that's definitely good.
Yeah.
Good advice.
All right. So this next question says, I've worked hard to build my career and my confidence. Now I feel like my dating pool has shrunk. Am I intimidating men or am I finally clear on my standards? How do I balance being accomplished without dimming my light?
I don't even know how to answer that. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to answer that. I'm gonna let Coach Allison take that one because I'm like,
Are you gonna let me start? All right.
cause you know what? I don't get it. I don't just I'm like, anyway,
Okay. So
let, let me process.
what's the question?
Yeah.
There's a
Okay,
lot. There's
so
there's a lot in
yeah,
there.
so is the fact, okay, like she's built her career, right? And she's confident.
Yes.
So, she's that one. She's that woman, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, as a result of becoming that woman, she's finding it hard
Mm-hmm.
to find a man.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying to figure out if she's intimidating them or just like are her standards too high, basically.
Yeah.
And she wants to figure out how does she balance like, her success and her achievements
Okay.
without having to dumb herself
To
down.
Yes.
compromise.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, you never really have to compromise. That's one thing.
Mhm.
However, you do need to put yourself in places and in a position where you could potentially meet someone that's on that level. So when you talk about the dating pool, I think a lot of times we're not really exposing ourselves to different areas where we could actually meet someone that's on that level. So it's not like dummying down, but where are you meeting people, right? Um,
Mhm.
whether it's online, which I have a whole concept about anyway, but find out where it is, right? So if you do you know how to date? I think that's something that I had to learn. It was like I would be in places and I'm not even looking interested or, being open and available to even have a conversation. Like,
Right.
how long has it been since you actually dated or went on a date? Are you looking for
Mhm.
recommendations? Maybe you need to tell your friends that, you could say, "Hey, I'm looking for," like, don't feel bad about putting yourself out there in that sense. But I think
Mhm.
maybe just recognizing what are the values in a person that are most important to you, and then maybe find yourself in those places where you can meet available men who are on that level, of success, or however you're presenting yourself with being confident. So that then there isn't this idea, like, don't go into every situation saying, oh, they're intimidated by me, because that's a story, right? That's a story that we
Mhm.
as Black women have told. Not saying it's not true, but if you consistently tell that story, then that's all you're going to get. So it's sort of like putting
Mhm.
yourself in positions where every person you meet, dating does not mean it's the end all be all. That dating doesn't mean that this person's going to be your man, right? You might be
Right.
Right.
dating for experiences, to learn more about yourself, about what you really want and what you don't want. So I think
Mhm.
that we go into these situations with dating feeling these things about ourselves, and then we're projecting that automatically, and that's literally what's coming out. It's like, oh well, ain't nobody, can't nobody keep up with me, I'm confident, I'm this, I'm strong, I make my own money, I pay my own bills. Well, where is the one that wants that? You know what I mean? So, not, don't
Right.
dummy yourself
Right.
down, but where are these men? Where do they hang out? What are they doing? What's their hobbies?
Mhm.
What are you bringing that is similar to what someone else would be looking for? And that's kind of
Yeah.
how I would look at it. Like, you don't got to dummy yourself down or lower your standards, but equate those standards to values. Like, it can't be about, like, y'all ever watched that dating show? Um,
Pop the.
Not that one. Yeah,
Oh,
that was even worse. But
that.
it's like
Anyway.
Kendra's dating show, right? So she
Oh.
brings people on and she always asks them, what do you want in a man? Does he need to look a certain way? Does he need to make a certain amount of money? And everybody's like, 6 figures or more. Like, what does that mean? He might make 6 figures, but be in debt or not have enough to share, or maybe he's not generous, right? So look at
Right.
values and not these standards of how somebody looks,
Yeah.
if they're tall, if they make this kind of money. Like, we got to get rid of all that, especially if the person is in our age group. It's like literally desiring to meet someone who's emotionally intelligent for once,
Right.
doesn't
Right.
have a lot of drama, right? In tune to my needs, able to communicate this way, to respond to me, like things very specific according to value.
Yeah.
I do. I do think it's important to know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, I will say this, if you are a high-powered woman, right, who has achieved a lot, right, goal-oriented, driven,
Mhm.
what really do you want? Like, what are you
Mm-hmm.
looking for? And where are you with your own emotional self? And what is driving you to be attracted to the ones that you are attracted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So meaning like, so how did you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your dad like? Are you
Mm-hmm.
looking for your dad? Was your dad high powered? Was he somebody
Mm-hmm.
who could, or was he just a good man, like a good
Mm-hmm.
man who maybe he makes $50,000, but he's
Mm-hmm.
going to work his tail off to
Mm-hmm.
provide, comes home every night, is faithful, is going to encourage you to do the things, doesn't want to stop you from doing the things that you want to do and that drive you, and he's going to meet you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
saying? And so I think that sometimes, it's like jot down the things that you're really looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't have to make yourself small, but you do have to figure out if he has to line up to where you are. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like, and if he doesn't, then that's that will help you to see like do I really need somebody who's going to be if I'm making $100,000, I don't, today that's not a lot, but if
I
I'm
know.
making $100,000, it does he have to make $300,000?
Right.
Mhm.
Because like you said, if he's making $300,000 and he's stingy and
or
spends on himself
Or
or
he might
get
not have time. What is
or
somebody making $300,000 doing? Maybe they're traveling all the time.
all the time,
Like,
he's
are you,
never home for
like, what
you.
does that
Yeah.
mean?
Right. So it's like, what are you really looking for? There are plenty. Let me stop. I'm not going to say that. But
Go on, we on the couch.
no, because I don't want to say there are plenty of men out there because that's not true. I mean, there are men out there, but men who you want as a standard that you're going to
Mhm.
be able to count on emotionally, you are going to have to choose. And that's why I can't say a lot about it, because I've been married a long time and I've seen my own spouse go through various changes in different levels and different seasons. And
Yeah.
so it's like I'm not on the dating scene. I don't know what it's like to really be somebody driven and still, and be looking for a husband. I know that's out there, that's happening. And I don't know what the answer is to that, because I think it's very, very frustrating to be a woman, especially a Black woman, who is working, who did what everyone told them to do, praying and seeking the Lord or not, whatever, and you still can't find somebody who's going to just be there and say, I want to marry you and I want to love you and I want to be there with you. I think that is hard, and I'm seeing it happen. So, but that's all my answer. My answer is it's hard, but what are you looking for? What do you want?
Okay. So I would add, so I'm honing in like in her, the way she asked the question. It's sort of like, okay, well, you said, am I finally clear on my standards? But she didn't actually like say what her standards were. And the
Right.
standards don't necessarily have anything to do with the accomplishments. I think they're two totally different things. So I'm wondering what the standards are, right? And I would echo Allison on those standards should be based on values, not superficial things. I mean, obviously everybody wants to be physically attracted to the person that
Mm-hmm.
they're with, right?
That would be
So
nice.
yeah, and and there are things that, people have preferences and all of that. And I mean, I
Mhm.
think that's fine, but you don't want to close yourself off from possibility because someone shows up not looking the way your list says that they
Yes.
should look if
Yes.
they meet all of the other standards or requirements.
Mm-hmm.
That part about her like dimming her light, like that really stood out to me because it's sort of like whoever is going to love you, you want them to love who you really are and all that comes with that, right?
Mhm.
So if you are dimming your light from the beginning just to make the connection to find somebody, like once you started dimming your light, you're going to have to keep it dim. Right?
Well, shut it
Like,
off at some point.
like that's the person who they met, who they got to know, who they fell in love with. So you can't do,
Unless he
do it
encourages
one.
her to say, "No, show me who you really are."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would have to tune in to that,
Yeah.
like that maybe she's holding back or whatever. So it's just kind of like you got to be the real you
Mm-hmm.
regardless, because you want somebody to fall in love with you, not the image
Right.
of you that you're portraying,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Because then once you're married or whatever your end goal is, and it's like you pop up, and they're like, where'd all this come from?
Right.
When'd you get all these dreams and all these
Right.
goals?
You used
Like
to
you
just want
never
to sit
talked
home with
about big
me because
stuff,
I wanted to
right?
do nothing.
Right.
You know? So I mean, I think you're more likely to find someone who can meet your expectations when those expectations are kind of out there, and that part of that is like you just being fully who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and not feeling like you have to dim your light. Now, understanding depending on what all of that is, it might take you a little bit longer to find somebody,
Mm-hmm.
or they just might show up in a totally different package than what you're expecting.
And they may not live nowhere near you. Maybe you
They
have to
may not.
travel and do that. We looking for somebody in a 5 mile radius. This is a big world out there. Your soulmate
Yeah,
may be all the way on the other side of town.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's
But
good.
yeah,
That's a tough one. I think it's
it
Yeah.
tough.
is. I am kind of like I would never. No, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But it is hard for me to imagine having to go and try to date now.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm
At my
like,
age, with my experiences, never mind accomplishments and all of that stuff. It's just like I just couldn't imagine having to learn somebody else
Yeah.
at this stage of life.
Right.
I agree with you. And I used to
Mhm.
be the one, I used to joke around and say, I could do it again. And I'm like, you know what? I love my husband. I ain't trying to be dealing with no foo do boo boo boo. No, I'm not trying to, because based on, like you
That
said,
translates that to say I ain't training another one.
I ain't trained. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because now I gotta train somebody else as to who I am. I don't have time. Like, I don't have another 20, 30 years to do that.
And
You
on
know what I'm
that,
saying? I'm not playing a game.
and in the reverse, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to go around. Anybody you meet now, they are who they are. Ain't no changing them. Ain't no
Exactly.
trying to get them to do
At this
things this
age,
way. This is
Yeah.
what I do. This is the way I do it. I don't. It's not my business. We gonna just do what we do
listen.
together, and that's that.
Right.
I listen. I pray all the time. Lord, take us both together. Just let us be together.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm
Let
not
us-
praying that.
Let
Okay,
us live a
notebook.
long time.
Okay, notebook.
Let us live a long time.
You ever
But
see that
Lord,
movie?
no.
I just watched that last week
Did
for the
you?
first time.
Was it
Yep.
good?
Dr. Malika, that is your assignment before the next show is watch the notebook.
Is it good?
It was
Yes.
good.
It's
It was
just
good.
it's just all you said that's you gotta watch that movie. Anybody who's never seen it, watch it. That's one of my favorite movies.
Don't get me wrong. I want to live now.
I know. You will live long time, but I'm just saying. The movie's not a tragedy. It's not.
Okay.
All right, so we ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, I had to get this one.
You're doing good
All right.
tonight, girl. You're doing good.
I'm like, okay. Everyone sees me as the strong one, the dependable one at work and in my family, but I'm exhausted. I don't even know how to ask for help without feeling weak. How do I stop carrying everything without dropping the ball? I'm about to drop my notes right
I'm about
here.
to say drop the ball.
The ball got to drop.
Drop the
Somebody
ball.
else gotta start, and then I'll bring it home. Because this is me,
Yep.
or was
Yeah.
me
Yep.
until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go.
Well, okay, so I think I've shared this before on the show. When after I lost my job in 2016, I went through over maybe an 18-month period, kind of went through this metamorphosis and evolved into this person who no longer desired to or was willing to carry the weight of everybody else.
Yes.
So because I was the person who in my home, it was doctor, lawyer, cleaner, cook, calendar keeper, liaison between the other parties and making sure everybody got the message from this person, and that one had to keep everything in my head, the bank, that all of that. And it was heavy, right? Now and there was some resentment there, but I have to say that I had to take some of the blame for that because one, I allowed it to develop and happen. And then I never really, I'm not gonna say I didn't speak up because I would have my outbursts periodically when I was just fed up with stuff, but then we would just go back to the same way of being. And essentially it's that whole idea of people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. And that's not to say they were trying to treat me bad,
Right.
but I allowed it to happen. They were just going with the flow. But then I got to a point where it was just I can't be all the things and do all of the things anymore.
Yep.
And I have raised children who are equipped. One of my main things in raising them was to make sure they were ready to leave my house when they were ready to leave my house. you know?
Right.
So it's like if I raise them like that, they can be more independent while they're still here. They don't need me to do all of these things for them and manage everything for them, and they got to get practice, all of
Yep.
that. And I had to step back, and just like some things I had conversations about, some things it was just like,
Oh well.
who do, who doing it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not cooking. Everybody in this house knows how to cook. Why I gotta cook every day?
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
Yeah.
like simple things like that. And then outside of the house, it was, this committee, that team, this, that. Oh, because like when people know that like you can do and you will do, like
Yeah.
they'll ask you and they'll continue to
Be a
ask
part on
you.
everything. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And it was just like me feeling like I had to say yes because I could, like I could
Mm-hmm.
do it, so I should
Mm-hmm.
do
Right.
it. And I absolutely don't feel that way anymore. And now it really is kind of like, this is something I want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
do I want to do it now? Like, and I don't feel any, like nobody had any guilt about telling me no when I asked
Mm-hmm.
for things, right? Even after I had said yes to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I don't have any guilt around saying no to people now. Now there's certain people
Mm-hmm.
that, like I'm gonna try because I genuinely love you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like love you with the love of God, but like I love you. And like you're important to me. There's real relationship there. Like, yeah, if I can help you, I'm gonna try to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But if I know that like, oh, this is too heavy for me to do right now, then I will communicate that with you. But then other people, it's just kind of like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
I think that is a tough one, but it's a very real one. But she said I'm exhausted. And
Mhm.
that's the thing that I think got me. I'm like, oh, wow, she's exhausted. I don't even know. Yeah, it's like you're exhausted, and don't even know how to say or how to ask for that. Like, okay, I need to. And so my thing is, either you ask for help or you drop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mhm.
because you
Mhm.
can't juggle, you can't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think even in this space, we all have our things we enjoy or the things we will do, right? So
Mhm.
I can remember juggling a lot, but part of me liked it,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
I think you have to be careful when you like juggling the ball and you
Yeah.
like being
Being the
needed.
juggler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta figure out, okay, sometimes you gotta juggle it and figure out how you can juggle it to the next
Mm-hmm.
person who can help
Yeah.
you juggle that other
Mm-hmm.
and do that, because I think that you can get really weighed down. And I think also this thing too, it is okay to say I can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now I might pick those balls back up and juggle and do the work but right now, I need to
Mm-hmm.
take a minute. And I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mhm.
that that is okay to do. I really do.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just think it's okay. I listen, I like being busy and all over the place, but I had to learn, like, sometimes I have to say, maybe not, I can't do that right now,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
delegate. This is the
Mhm.
first time in my business that I have delegated. I
Mm-hmm.
have I have somebody working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's very rare for
Yeah.
me, because in my mind I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Mhm.
do it. I have to do it.
Yeah.
I know the vision. I know what the kids need. I know, well, I mean, I'm just using this example. Ain't no kids in my house right now, but it's like I know but in the back in the day, it's like I know what they need. I know how to cook. I know how my job needs it. I know how to da da da. We don't have a secretary, so I have to write the report. I've got to do this. Then I got to come home, and I would joke and say, I like the second part of my shift starts when I go home, right? So
Yeah.
then
Mm-hmm.
I come home, I got to clean the house, I got to do this. And sometimes when you look around at all the things you do, you get overwhelmed and feel
Mm-hmm.
weak.
Yep.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you haven't even started doing anything, but when you think of the amount of things that require your attention. And when you put yourself in that position to be that point person for every single thing, it can weigh you down. And sometimes you need to say, I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I can't.
I I was thinking about one of the parts that she said was about like feeling weak. She doesn't know how to ask for help without feeling weak.
Mm-hmm.
And you both said some really powerful things. And I know that that was me for a very long time. And actually, like, not even joking, like you guys know, just until recently, like within the past year, is when I went on this journey to try to figure out what was I supposed to be doing with my life. And yes, I can do a lot of things. I have done a lot of things. Would take on a lot of projects. And I went to Sedona, and this was sort of like a path, right? So when you start to go on a journey, right, sending this question is the beginning of your journey, or maybe it's already started.
That's good.
Mine started when we read that book.
Rest.
Rest is resistance. That's when it started for me, because it was unfathomable that the hustle and the grind was not popular. My worth has always been tied to how much I could do, starting at a young age, having parents pass away, taking care of siblings, taking care of a parent when I was a teenager. Like, that became my role. And everyone treated me a certain way because that was me. It's like, oh, you're so smart. Oh, you can do all this. Oh, yes, you've done that. You're so strong. So my worth was tied to all the things I could do, even at my own loss. Giving when I didn't have it to give, helping when I really didn't have the ability to help, taking on every project, every person in my life became like a project for me. It's like, oh, they need help. It was in relationships. Oh, you need me to do this? Sure, I can do that. I'm like writing resumes and filling out applications and like all this stuff, like literally my whole life.
Right.
And I went on this retreat, and I asked, like, what was it that I needed? And I said, you know what? I'm doing my journaling and I'm praying. And I said, I've never been nourished my entire life. I crave nourishment.
Wow.
And the voice came to me just like that, is you need to learn to nourish yourself. And that was deeper than self-care. Y'all, I'm preaching right now.
Wow.
It wasn't just the relaxing and the this and the that. It's like, where's my nourishment? And I started to learn all over again what nourishes me. And it literally started with stopping being responsible for the entire family. Right. And it's not always financial, but I'm the one that I'm hosting the parties. I'm doing the events. Everybody wants to get together. They're like, I'm the person that has to plan it, put it together, but pay for it, get some of the money back. Like, that was my thing.
Right.
And then I was able to say one day, I was asked to do something, and they're like, but you're the matriarch. I said, I don't want to be that no more. Someone else made me that. I don't want to be that. That's not my title, not my role. I will help when I can, but let someone else do it. Y'all want to have a big dinner? Somebody else host it. Or let's go to a restaurant. Or if somebody needs something, get everybody involved. And I can't be your only source. So, long story short, I will say you have to stop being the only source for everyone that comes to you. And like Malika said, if you can't do it or don't want to do it, the ball has to drop. But guess what? Somebody will pick it up. I promise you. All the things that I'm not doing right now, would you say?
If it's important to them.
Yes. Everything that I'm not doing right now, someone else will do or not.
Absolutely.
And if it's
Absolutely.
if it's not in my scope, and it's not in my energy and my efforts, if I'm sitting in my house for 3 days doing absolutely nothing, that's because that's exactly what I want to do.
That's so good. Can I just tell you, can I interject something right there?
Yeah. I'm done.
I used to tell people all the time, like people, like especially our support staff, because when I was working, I had a lot of respect for the support staff. A lot of respect, because they kept us going, right?
Mhm.
And I'd be like, listen, if you're feeling like da 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 da, like somebody else, you can't do every single thing.
Mhm.
And you be surprised. Like if my grandmother used to always say this, you die today or tomorrow, somebody else is going to do the work.
Mhm.
And then it happened to me.
Yep.
I was putting myself in a position that I had to do everything, like in the job. Now, everything meaning in my scope, but it was
Mhm.
like going out your way to do certain things, not taking off when you could be taking off, not
Mhm.
take, like you should be off. Like, well, I'm going to do a little bit of work while I'm off. It's like, wait a minute. And when Sister Girl left unexpectedly,
Mhm.
and they figured out who could do what and
Yep.
what we needed to get rid of and what we just weren't going to do anymore. I
Yep.
said, well, you talk about eye opening. And so, because some of the things folks aren't even doing.
Mhm.
And so I was scrambling, not taking time off, being reprimanded for doing this for my children or and it was like, wait a second.
Mhm.
What my grandmother said is true.
Mhm.
Something happened to you and you're out of there, guess what? They're going
Yeah.
to find somebody else
They're
to
gonna
do
find
that same
somebody
job,
else, and it ain't
or
gonna
they're
be the
going to
way
cut
you
it
did it.
out.
They're not.
Exactly. It's
They
not
are
going to have the
not.
same quality. It ain't going
Yep.
to have the same black girl magic, honey, but it's going to get done. And so sometimes
Yes.
you just got to drop that little ball and go rest and
Yep.
say, I
I
can't do
am
it. I
for
just
sure.
can't. Especially when you're a high performing woman.
Mhm. Yep. Check your meter on what you're equating your worth to. That's
Hmm.
not where your value lies,
Yeah.
and you're so much more. There's so much more to you when you're not exhausted.
Absolutely.
Right,
So
like
much more
you're so much
value.
more. There's so much more in that brain and that creativity instead of being clouded and fogged and just tired all the time. No, I made it, and this year my main the main thing that I went into this year saying was that I'm not going. I don't have to explain my decisions. So you can say what you want to do, how you're going to do it, but you are not required to explain any of that to anyone. So
That's good. Allison being rebellious.
She
and when
said,
I tell people
she
stuff that I'm not
said,
doing no more, they like, what? You don't do that no more? Nope. What you
yep.
do? Whatever I want to do.
When you said that, I thought, oh, I know exactly what that feels like. When you're like, our house is not going, we're not going to do that.
and
We're
and I
not doing that
enjoy
this
I
year.
enjoy doing it, but I
Right.
think that like she's saying, like when you start to feel some kind of way, it's like, am I resenting this? Like I
Right.
don't
Maybe I
I don't
need to
really
do
want to do it. Let somebody do it for me.
right.
Nourishment.
Yeah.
And I won't get nourished from anyone else unless I learn to nourish myself, which I have been
Right.
doing. If you have not seen me lately, um, on my social media, I've been like resetting my nervous system, doing the things I want to do, and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is good. I do have to say, Dr. Sharita, that was a fantastic book that you had us read. That was something that, I mean, we all came together and talked about it, but it was like that book changed
That
my
set it in motion for me.
thinking. Yeah, about
Yeah.
rest.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was you start seeing posts and all kinds of information out there now about rest. Now everybody talking about rest. We've been talking about
I
rest.
know. We're like, you
Y'all
don't got to do
behind.
it. You don't got to do it. You don't got to
Right.
rip and run and go all the way here and over there.
Yes.
What is your plan?
Right.
Because
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
I can't be the part of your plan. I can't be your. I can't be the only resource that you have. We
Yeah.
cause people to not be
Dependent.
resourceful and to depend on
Yeah.
Yeah.
us.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
You always
agree.
say yes and always show up, and you always
Mm-hmm.
fill in the gap when something is missing. And it's like I know I can call her because she's gonna always pick up.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know.
Might not.
And that
I might
doesn't,
not.
and sometimes you have to step back from that. I
Mhm.
truly like to be needed.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to balance that because it's
Mm-hmm.
not that I don't want to, like, I'm still needed. I mean, people
Mm-hmm.
still call and can you do that? Sure, absolutely. I love that. But when I need to step back,
Mm-hmm.
knowing when you need to step back and push reset is so
Mm-hmm.
important. If that's your core, like that's your
Yes.
thing, helping
Mm-hmm.
people, it's when you have to say, I can't do that right
Mm-hmm.
now. Let me
Yep.
step back, and I think that's okay. I really
Mm-hmm.
do.
It
Yep.
absolutely is. Teresa said that she likes to say, I don't have the bandwidth. I like bandwidth. I say capacity a lot
Yeah.
now. Like, I don't have the capacity for that. But I think it's also like people who like do the kind of work that we do, like we are like helpers by nature, right? Like we get fulfillment from helping other people. But I think sometimes we have to recognize that even if they're not consciously aware of it, that some people actually are taking advantage of us.
Yes.
You know, and like I said, might not be they're not like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna see what I can get.
Right.
You know, it's not like,
it's like, oh, I'll just ask her. She'll do
But
it.
sometimes they are. Listen, the Bible talks about people despitefully using us. That's scripture, right?
And it's like no consideration for, like, even if they know everything that's going on with you, it's like it doesn't stop them from putting something else on you.
Right.
You know, it's just like they'd rather the weight be on you because you can handle it than it be on them. You know,
right?
Yeah. And so it's on our part to be able to recognize that and put up, you know, the boundaries and, you know, and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And boundaries, not avoidance. Have the conversations. Don't just avoid. Just don't avoid. A true boundary is not avoiding dealing with it. It's saying,
yeah, that's a good point.
And it is what it is. Not just like, oh, I'm not gonna answer or respond because I don't want to do anything. No, respond and set that boundary.
And
that's
have
where
the conversation.
Yep.
And I think it's good having resources. Like, you know, maybe I can't help you right now, but I know who can. You know, and I think that that's okay too. So
yeah. And it's also okay to just say, you know what, you are just as brilliant as I am, and I know you will figure this out.
I'm like, all I'm gonna do is Google it, so you might as well do it, and I don't have to copy and paste.
That is funny.
Right. I was just like, listen, you can only ask me for one thing this month.
Oh Lord,
I don't flow like that. But
and then what can't it include? We need some.
It can't include money. It can't include money.
That is so funny. Yeah, I was about to say I probably have a good pat answer for things, but usually I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. I do, and I think that's the thing for me. I will do until I need to step back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll like do, you know what I mean, and then it's like, I need a minute, and people know that I need a minute. Don't.
Yeah. But like listen to that though. Like that's still allowing yourself to get to the point where you need the minute, right? It's like, how can we navigate this so that we don't ever get pushed to the point where we need
where she's exhausted.
Right.
Yeah, but I think I manage it better than I have in the past. I am a person who likes to do, so I will not. That's just me. So I feel like I manage much better than I have in the past. Yeah. So you're always gonna, if you call me, I'm probably doing something. That's just how I'm wired. It's just how I am. But I know when to like step back. Like we're not doing that. No, I don't think I can do that. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
However I say it, you will know. Like,
yes. All right. I'm gonna start asking you to do stuff. What do I need?
Yeah, you probably could. You probably can get off here right now and say, "Can you do something?" I'll probably be like, "Okay, let's do it tomorrow." But okay, let me see what I can do. This is how I am.
Good stuff.
All right, so this was another good episode.
Yes.
I like when we do the viewer questions, and I'm glad that we're bringing it back this season. So we'll have more episodes with the viewer questions, so you can always you can DM us.
Yes, submit the questions. I think I got a couple
questions. Yep. Or
did you get more?
Email. Yes. And nothing is off the table. You can ask whatever you want to ask. Like we don't have any taboo topics. You know, we'll talk about it all. How much of our business we share might vary depending on the topic. but we're willing to talk about just about anything.
I know you just gotta catch us all on the right day.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe with something other than water in the cup.
That, yes. Don't
That's
know what's
so
in the
funny.
cup. Don't know what's in the cup. Maybe
That is
maybe
funny.
we have a wine version where we have some sips while we invite our viewers to our happy hour.
Listen,
Yes.
it's gonna be a Shirley Temple for me, but I'm with you. Okay, I'm with
We'll
y'all. I'm
take
with
that. It's still sexy.
you. That's right.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So we will be back the first Monday in March.
Is
What
that the
is that?
second or the
That is the
third?
second. Yep, March
Okay.
2nd. And we are going to have Trina Vessels with us from the Hair Experience here in Delaware. And we are going to be talking about like alopecia and things like that.
Mm.
So going a little bit beyond just regular kind of hair care, natural hair and all of that to kind of in this healing and regrowing and addressing some issues that some men and women are both dealing with unexpectedly a lot of times. So that'll be a great conversation to hear
Yeah.
about what she does and how she helps people in that area. So we're excited for that conversation. And Trina is a character. You're going to love her.
That's good.
Yes, yes. So we're looking forward to that. And is there anything else that we want to share?
I think you covered it, ma'am.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what March looks like. I don't know. Of course, we'll do viewer questions again in March, I'm sure.
Yeah, that is it. So, all right. So we want to thank you all for joining us again, whether live or via the replay. Be sure to let your people know about
Yes,
the show
yes.
so they can like and
Follow
subscribe.
us.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And we will see you back here on March 2nd.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
The coaches are in.